welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brianna and I am a 4th year 3rd grade teacher in North Carolina, and today we are starting to set up my classroom library. Whew. This is always like a huge project. Luckily, over the past 2 years, I have labeled all of my classroom books except for my new ones, obviously. So my books have a sticker that match the bin they go in. I use Pocketful of Primary's library labels. I will link them down below for you guys. I print them on an Avery shipping label and then I pop the circles out with a 1-inch or something, I'll show you when I get to school, hole punch. That way they're stickers and I don't have to tape them down individually. So that will all make so much more sense when we are in the classroom. I'm reducing my classroom library this year because I really have liked the idea that I've seen floating around of switching out your baskets throughout the year and not having so many out at once, because that could be overwhelming for kids. And I have a ton of books, and I also have to think about eliminating the ones that are definitely ruined. So that is my goal for today. I can't wait to hang out on the carpet with you guys all day. So let's go ahead and head to school. First things first, I printed out just one copy because I was running out of ink, as you can tell in certain areas. But I found this alphabet that's cursive and has math vocabulary, and it's the perfect color. So I really liked the idea of this. However, the seller did not do a very good job. Like, this is drawn on. I don't know what's happening, so I may have to fix a few of them. But I brought this to measure it and see if it would fit in my bulletin board. And in some parts it does, but some parts it doesn't, because clearly it's not straight. So I'm gonna print it just a smidge smaller when my new ink comes in, and then put it up. So to start the library bonanza, I don't know if that's a word, I have to get all the books out of the cubbies over here. All right, so I've emptied out one whole cabinet. I have about 2 more. They're not completely full, but 2 more cabinets of books. So most of these are with their category, but I'm just gonna go through and fix all of it, sort them all out. So I have separated all my books. I originally kept the ones that were in the buckets, but then I didn't have enough room, so I had to take them out. But that's why that was easy. And then these are the ones that were in a different box. So far, looking at my Nancy Drew books, they're falling apart. I also don't remember a child ever picking one of these up. So I think I'm going to donate these because they're old and there's just different mystery books that kids like now. Also, these are very advanced for 3rd graders. So I think I'm getting rid of those. Also, I'm going to put my Narnia books away. These are my personal copies, so they will go in my book bucket that I'll show you in a little bit, of books that are mine that I don't want to have out but I want to keep. I think I'll keep these 3 out and put them in a different category, but for 3rd graders, this is much more manageable than something like this. And I don't remember a child ever picking up one of these either. Honestly, I might do The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe as a read aloud, just because my 2nd grade teacher did that and I loved it. But other than that, I'm going to store these away. So I've put up some books. These were ones that were already labeled and out, and the ones that I'm keeping. And then these I'm going to need to put in bins, but I'm going to wait until I have all of them ready to decide where I want them. I like the idea of having certain colors be fiction and certain colors be nonfiction, so I may do that. Books like this, I may end up moving these to one of these bins, because then I can fit both labels on it, and one side could be Flat Stanley, one side could be Judy Blume, because they don't need a whole basket to themselves. So I'm gonna go in another cabinet. This cubby didn't have as much, and most of these I don't think I'm keeping out. They are a lot of old books. So I'm gonna go through them right now and see what I got. All right, I definitely just went ahead and combined 3 different book baskets into one, but the other 2 categories were just too small, and this basket just has a lot of room. And all of these books my kids pretty much have an interest in, so I'm just going to relabel my weather ones and my space ones and have it all be science. That way they just look in one place and it's not taking up extra space and the whole basket is being utilized. Some of these books are like older, so they're odd shaped, but I think it'll be okay. So my big blue baskets are all nonfiction, which is awesome. And I think that's really all the nonfiction that I have. So that works out perfectly. These are my smaller ones from before. Those are books that still need to be labeled. Those are done with. My math books I'm gonna keep with me because no one really gravitated towards those last year and I want to use them for read alouds. Beverly Cleary I'm going to put out later in the year. I just feel like it's too challenging for the kids at the beginning of the year, so that'll be one that I switch out. All right, my final shelf is emptied out, or cubby. It was majority of my books. So I'm gonna sort these into their piles again and then see how many bins I actually need to make this happen. All right, so I've definitely reduced the amount of bins I have. I think I still might move a few things around. I think I'm going to add another yellow bin here just so it matches. I'm mad that I only have 4 of those, but those match those blue. And I do have more of this one, so I can make them all this one, but I kind of like those better. I've kind of like combined things. I have to tape all the labels on, and then for that science one, instead of relabeling all those books, I just put the 3 different types of science that are in there. And that's kind of what I'm doing for the ones I combined. Like, these are all mystery books, but there is a lot of Cam Jansen and a lot of A to Z. So I'm going to put all those labels on there because they're labeled separately already. Poetry is just taking up a really big chunk. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to keep mystery by itself and bring Cam Jansen and A to Z into that bin and then put poetry in a yellow bin up here. These blue bins, I have 3 of them. I think I'm gonna put them on the top. I don't really know. I could like fit them in random places, but I don't know if I want to. But I have magazines, book hospital, and book return. So that's what I'm working with. I'm gonna move some things around and get some taping done. The only sets that I'm keeping out right now are Judy Blume and Beverly Cleary. So actually, I think what I'm going to do is keep that the way it is with the 3, since those are all mystery anyway. I'm gonna put the poetry over here and I'm just gonna keep those books out because it's silly to store them somewhere and then eventually take them out when I have the space. I think I thought I had a lot more random books than I actually do. Like, I do have a lot of series, which makes it everything flow nicer. All right, everything is labeled. I have a few books that I need to put new stickers on, but we are in business. A couple of them look a little crazy, but I'm okay with it. I probably won't keep that elephant there. It's just there for now. I don't know what the top of this is going to look like. That's just how it is right now. But it feels so good to have my cubbies empty and just to have all of that done. I could take a step back and relax. This is where I'm going to stop for today. I feel like I didn't get a lot of filming done because really it was just a lot of work. So I will catch up with you guys tomorrow. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brianna and I am a 4th year, 3rd grade teacher in North Carolina. Yesterday I set up my classroom library and today I've decided I'm adding 2 new bulletin boards to my classroom. I'm going to do a We Are Family one where I can post pictures of the class. I just feel like that's going to help bring my classroom community together. And then I am going to do that one above my library. My coworker had the blue paper. Now it's a little bit shorter, so I'll have to do 2 rows of it, but I think it'll be okay. So that's the plan for today. I actually did my makeup today and look a tad more presentable than usual, so that's always good. But let's head to school. Okay, first things first, I'm going to take all these things, I guess just move them over here so I can do this board here. This one's going to be the blue one. This is the paper roll. It's a half paper roll, but there's plenty of it. So I'm just gonna do 2 strips and that'll be pretty easy. One up. That was honestly the easiest board I've ever put up in my life. I know it's all freaking out at the ends, but border will fix that. Also, I measured this side and this side. They're both 4 inches. Like, how did I get so perfect? I don't know. All right. Now, from far away and from the camera, you cannot see where I have split it. However, if you go close, the line is there, but that's okay. We're gonna just deal with it. Instead of stapling all across there, I went through and used double-sided tape underneath. So I didn't have it stapled like here and here, and I lifted it up and put a little piece of double-sided tape and then flattened it out. That is what that is looking like. I'm gonna go ahead and do my border now. I think I'm gonna do pink on the inside and yellow on the outside. So let's go. All right, that's up and done. I'm not really a fan of both borders being wavy and the same, but you know, it's done, it's fine. I am going to use my matte clear coat spray paint. That way it's not shiny at the top where it goes over those weird bump things in the wall, but I'm just glad there's like a designated space there now. I'm most likely going to hang just like my text features posters there, but also I'm going to use that for more reading things, our book shopping schedule and just different things like that. So it's nice to have like a designated space for it. And I also like that now the front board is basically opposite. It kind of makes more sense at the front. But yeah, I'm going to spray that because that's gonna bother me. Oh, and I didn't staple the outside border. I just used double-sided tape because I didn't want to see the staples. One thing I didn't mention yesterday is I took my math books out of my library. There wasn't many times where I saw students actually reading these, and these are great read alouds for lessons. So I just kept them all in this bin and I'm going to store it behind my desk. And you'll notice some of my labels have holes punched in them because they used to be in different baskets. I'm not about to make new ones. I'm just gonna leave it that way, at least for this year. It's fine. So I guess I can move this chair now. The glare's looking a little bit better, but I'm gonna have to do another coat before I leave because I cannot take the smell right now. And then these are going to go, I decided I'm gonna put all my bins in this cubby over here. I actually got my new roster yesterday and I only have 20 kids right now, which is a miracle. So I'm gonna store my extra bins all on this side in case I have 22 kids or 21, their stuff will go here. I have to do something with these because I'm not using them this year. I'm now going to use this space to put up another pink board. I think I'm just going to do it between these two things in the wall. Sorry, they're emptying the dumpsters. Just so I don't have to deal with them. And it's kind of like a designated little space there. This is the hardest paper ever to put flush against the wall, I swear. There's just always bubbles and I don't understand why. This was the rest of my roll, so I didn't have to cut it. I flipped it so that this was the end of it and then this was the top and bottom. So those are parts that I haven't cut, so they are straight. The bottom is the only one that I have cut, but I'm like rubbing and it's not working correctly and I don't understand why. I keep taking staples out and putting them back in. I measured from the top of the ceiling, and this is 16.5 and this is 16.5, so it doesn't make sense. All right, so as always, it looks worse in the camera, but it's just gonna have to have that weird crease on the bottom. The top is measured perfectly. This is 10 inches away from here and here. So, I mean, I guess I can go back and push everything more that way. This paper is great, but it's just weird. It's so weird. Now, granted, there is this bump in the wall that I said I wasn't gonna go over, and I did. So that might be causing issues. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to fix this side. Border-wise though, I kind of want like donuts or sprinkles or something. I have more donut border that I could use. I'm not like a huge fan of that. It looks very clean and sleek, don't get me wrong. It's solid, but we need some fun. So I think I'm gonna do the donut border over here since I have so much. Okay, much, much better. I know the bottom is not even, but that's okay. The border will cover that up. And I'm going to use my black letters that I used on my outside bulletin board and just put "We Are Family" across. And then I have some twine, I believe. It might be orange though, so I won't use it if it's orange. But I'm going to string that across, which I'll probably do first. That way the border can cover it. And I'm going to hang class pictures from there. And I like that I put it in the center of this area. Border complete. I was trying to think of like a donut kind of slogan. Instead of saying "We Are Family," like I can say like "We Stick Together." This class, I don't want it to be too long though. We are sweet and we stick together. Because donuts can be sticky. I don't know, is that weird? I'm just gonna put the twine up and then decide. But I have to get in there. Oh boy. All right, so this yarn, string, I don't know, stuff that I actually have is Halloween colors. So we're not gonna use that. I can look in here and see if I have anything else. But I'm not thinking that I do. Yeah, no, okay. So I'll buy some twine for that, but I'm really happy with how it came together. As always, the glare is more serious on the camera, so you can't tell that it's not perfect. But it looks so cute from over here. I love how that space is now filled, and I'm going to make that like a little extra spot for the kids to sit. I think I'm going to put one of my IKEA benches over there. I don't know if I'm going to put one over here too. I think it might make the space too crowded. I'm not sure, but I definitely want to put one under that against that wall. So that will be a place for the kids to sit. And then if my Donors Choose project gets funded, I'm getting 2 of those chairs. So I would put them on either side. I just have to be careful with being able to open that cabinet. So I might end up leaving this cabinet where it is, but I would definitely put the writing rotating thing in that corner when the TV is finally taken out. I was thinking too, if I put the bench here in the spots underneath, instead of storing like books, I can have crates of my different flexible seating options to spread out around the room. So I do have these little puzzle piece mats that one of you sent me from my Amazon wish list, so thank you so much. So that will be just a soft place to sit if they're not on the carpet. And then, like I was saying, if my project gets funded, I had wobble cushions. That might be the only other like spread out option, because then I got, or I'm asking for, the bands that can be attached to the seat. Someone is calling me, my brother. And then what I'm most excited about is the yoga ball like stools. They're not like huge yoga balls. They're just like the rounded like cloth, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's basically why I started the project, but my flexible seating is just going to be different options around the room. It's not going to be get rid of my desks, because those stools I would put at this table. There's 4 of them, and I think they're that pink color. So how cool would that look? And then the students would still have their home base, but when they are working independently, there's more options to spread around the room. I also have lap desks over here. I'm gonna have to find somewhere to store them. And then, like I said, I'm getting 2 of these. So I would probably get rid of this green one. So it irks me to no end that I don't have this area set up, but there's really not much else I could do. This is where I put my books that I'm holding on to. So I guess I can take that home. Oh, and then I was thinking about getting another border for this, like a sprinkle border or something, because I just feel like it needs something. And I have this from Dollar Tree, and I tried to stick the little donuts around the border, but it just looked funny. So let me know if you guys have any ideas for that. Let me know if you have any ideas for a saying for this board. I'm posting class pictures, so we are family is what I'm thinking, but we stick together like sticky glazed donuts. I want it to be really short, so if you can come up with something, let me know. This class is sweet, I guess, but I like the family aspect. Family is sweet, but like, I don't know. Class, I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are. I think I'm going to head out for today because bulletin boards are always just a lot. A couple more things I wanted to mention before I head out. Yes, I sprayed this with the spray paint while it was on the wall. It's a clear coat, so you literally can't see anything. Also, I had a lot of questions about my Number Talks poster. I did make this. The clip art is not mine. If I can find clip art that I could sell, I'll be able to put this on my TPT store. But it is on my math board, and yes, those letters keep getting questions. Also in my TPT store. Like I said, I'm going to purchase the rights so I can sell those numbers and sell my book box numbers. Another person was asking, if we have cubbies and desks, why do I have book boxes? Everything has a different purpose, guys. The cubbies are for backpacks and jackets. The little shelves here, I don't really like to put anything in there. I also am doing data binders this year, so their data binder is gonna sit in top, and I just don't want that to become a place where they can store whatever, because then it would be a mess, like a desk. So it's nice that they're there, but they don't need to be putting anything else in here. It has a purpose. And then the book boxes are for their library books from the classroom library. They're allowed to have 5 books at a time. And so that gives a specific place for that so that they don't get lost within their desk. And then, like I said before, their desk is for their folders and their notebooks. And that's how you have a more organized space, by having a specific spot for everything. All right, well, I'm going to end this video there. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for 21,000 subscribers. It's crazy. I'm so happy with how everything's coming along. Like I said, I am going to look for another border for the outside of that board. If you have any ideas, as always, leave them down below. And don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, turn on your notifications, and I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching.